Sasha. And I am Mila. It's 1976, and I'm ice skating in a ring in the town of Kiev, Ukraine, former Soviet Union. I'm so happy to be making a friend. Where do you live? Oh, I live right there in that white building, Malishko 15. Oh, and I live in that red building. Cool. Who taught you how to ice skate? My father. I'm still practicing though, trying to get better. You will. You're not that bad. I'm better though. And how long have you been living here? We moved here when I was 3, but now my parents planning to leave and go to Israel. We are Jewish and that's what Jewish people do. Why would you want to go to Israel? My parents said Soviet Union is not a place for the Jews. Oh, if you're Jewish, then you are a Žid. What? What's that? Well, all Jews are Židai. Milachka, enough skating. Time for your nap. Oh, how I hated those afternoon obligatory naps forced upon me by my all-female clan. Mom, Grandma, and my great-grandmother, Baba Sonia. To these days, when I take naps in the afternoon, I wake up pissed at the world until I have my coffee. Before my nap, I asked Baba Sonia a question. Baba Sonia, what does the word Žid mean? Well, it's how bad people call Jewish people. Her answer was so simple, a perfect way to explain a word to a 6-year-old. But it was forever implanted in my psyche. When the girl told me I was a Žid, she had sounded so matter-of-fact, so simple, without any evil intent. Anti-Semitism was institutionalized in the Soviet Union at the time. So even little kids were growing up with this notion that the Jews were a subhuman category of the Soviet citizens. This was hard for me, a shy girl with an imagination the size of Siberia, who just desperately wanted to fit in. I fell asleep and had nightmares about being chased by all these bad people, yelling, Žid, Žid, get her, get her. This dream wasn't so far from the truth. Even my best friend Ira betrayed me on many occasions. Mila is an old stinky Jew. Mila is a stinky Jew. You're not my friend anymore. I have someone else. Oksana is my best friend. I'm going to tell on you. I'm going to tell Baba Sonia what you called me. She's sitting right there. Yeah, go ahead. I'm not scared. God, she would be so mean to me. I took to lying when people asked me what my nationality was. I felt lucky. No one could suspect I was Jewish because my first and last names at the time were completely Russian. I remember going to a neighborhood library and being asked that dreadful question. What's your name? Ludmila Orlova. Address? Street of Andrei Malishko 15, flat 80. Nationality? Russian? To this day, I have no idea why they asked my nationality to fill in a stupid library form. I didn't know what I was ashamed of more, being Jewish or being ashamed of being Jewish, or probably, most of all, of lying. I just couldn't pronounce the word Jewish. Not all Soviet Jews were cowards like me. Many of them were very outspoken, comfortable, and honest with who they were, especially my mother, who was very blunt and often confrontational, especially that one time when we were in line in the corner market, standing behind this Jew-hating jackass. Oh, Mila, this line is just so damn long. I know, I hope it moves quickly. Those fucking Žydai, they're everywhere. They are the ones holding up the line. Gotta get rid of them all. Our lives would have been so much better. Shut up, you piece of shit! Look at you! Just look what you achieved! Your whole face is bloated from too much drinking! Mom, stop! Let's go! Let's just go! And who the hell are you to talk to me like that? Look at this loser! He can't even stand on his 2 feet! Mom, let's go, please. Let's just go. Do you want to get beaten up? Do you? Do you really need this? Needless to say, that day we didn't buy anything in that store. Anti-Semitism was not the only thing that haunted me. There was my monster of a piano teacher, Larissa Borisovna Roichman. All I wanted was to take dance lessons, but my mother forced me to take lessons with her. I guess because it was customary in my mother's family to study piano. But she was crazy. Today, we'll practice for your exam. The auditorium is free. Okay. Here, sit! You know everything by heart. I will pretend to be one of the judges. Wait, don't start yet. Let me walk all the way back as if I'm part of the audience. Okay, you can start now. Come on. Come on, start from where you left off. But I can't remember. Then start somewhere in the middle where you do remember. But I don't remember anything and I don't know where to start. Fine. Maybe you need to fix your seats. Move that cushion to this chair. Come on, hurry up. It doesn't fit, I can't. Come on, just do it! But I can't. You can't do anything, can you? And do you wash your own panties? Do you wash your own panties? Answer me! Answer me! Or does your mother do it all for you? I do. I don't think so! When the nightmare practice was over, I ran out of there so fast. I often found solace walking home from school. It gave me a chance to go through some peaceful back streets and yards where I would meet up with the only people who made me feel okay, my imaginary friends. They all seemed so happy and carefree. Hey, where are you going? Hello, I'm going home from my music school. Oh, and what's your name? Mila. And what's yours? Boris? You're so pretty. Do you want to go on a date with me? Oh, thank you. But you'll have to wait a very, very long time. I finally got home and told Baba Sonia about my imaginary adventure. And then I headed to my room. My imaginary sisters had so much to tell me. Mila, we missed you today. We went shopping, but all these awesome clothes. Check out the boots. Wow, you both look fabulous. It looks like you also made up my bedroom. Who's coming over for tea? Oh, Galina and Anton. They're engaged and so much in love. Oh, yes, I heard. They're a beautiful couple. Mila, and who do you have a crush on? No one? Yes, you do. We know you like your teacher. Yuri Abramovich Zilberman, Glier Music College professor of foreign music and other arts. He was a super short and fast man. All of us girls laughed at the way he walked around the school, as if he had motor in his behind. When he entered the classroom and started talking, the outside world simply ceased to exist. I loved his descriptions of Bach, Mozart, Beethoven, Bizet. He talked of their flaws, love affairs, and tumultuous relationships with friends and families. He made it seem as if they were living right next door. The time Mozart spent in Vienna was the most productive time of his life. It is during that time when he wrote his famous opera, The Marriage of Figaro. I was madly in love with everything about him, his hands, his clothes, and certainly the amazing way he always smelled, which was quite unusual for anyone in the former Soviet Union. Everyone always smelled of sweat, and nobody used deodorant. Best of all, he wasn't just in my imagination. He was real. One day after class, a bunch of us girls, all with perky breasts and a hint of makeup, except for me, because I wasn't allowed to wear any, cornered Yuri in his small recording studio, where he normally spent his breaks between lectures. Yuri Abramovich, we just wanted to wish you a very happy birthday. And Mila would like to sing you a song from all of us. I pulled out my guitar and sang him a song I wrote for him called Never Stop Talking. Вы сошли ко мне шедевра, лишь неведомо с какого, только мастеру шедевра обладал талантом слова. Через все перипетии в душу вы мою входите. Я молю вас, говорите, говорите, говорите. Я молю вас, говорите, говорите, говорите. And then it happened. One evening in November, right after I sang to my crush, my mother stormed into our apartment in Kiev with a piece of paper in her hand. She had a crazy glow in her eyes. I thought, oh no, whatever news she has cannot mean anything good for me. We got it! We got the permission! We are going to America! Now we need to plan quickly. Mila, you have to tell everyone in your music school we do not need any luggage. We just need to get out. I know you wanted to take your piano with you, but it will be too expensive for us to transport it. You need to leave all your Russian writings behind, because I was told customs don't allow anything written in Russian. As it turned out, it wasn't true. Customs could care less about Russian writings. They cared more about valuables. We only had silver spoons, which were eventually confiscated from us at the Moscow airport. I knew I had to discuss this with my imaginary sisters. What are we going to do, Mila? Are you really leaving? Yes, but it will be an adventure, right? It will be fun. But where are you going exactly? First, I hear we're going to Vienna, then to Italy, and then finally to America. Or maybe Israel. I I think we need to make a choice. So what's going to happen to us? You're all coming with me. I'm not leaving you here. You're the only real friends I have. On February 6th, I went to see Yuri Abramovich to say my goodbye. I decided to give him my favorite book of Titian's paintings and the cassette tape with my songs. I came to the music school in the evening and waited for him in the dark hallway on the second floor. I was 17 and really wanted him to ask me to sleep with him that night. After all, I was leaving anyway and there would be no repercussions. I would be shy no more. I noticed him running down the stairs in his usual super fast manner. Oh, Miloshka, good evening. I just came to say goodbye since we are leaving for America in a few days. Here, this is for you. Oh, great, Titian. I don't believe I have this one yet. He said so matter-of-factly, as if we were discussing one of his assignments. I just wanted to say goodbye and to leave you something to remember me by. As he was about to walk away, I reached out to his very petite frame and said, Yuri Abramovich. Then I gave him a kiss on the cheek. I actually planned to kiss him on the lips, but considering I had zero kissing experience, I missed. I looked him in the eyes, trying to communicate all that had lived in my heart and my imagination, all that he meant to me. God bless you. May God give you all the best. And he just, poof, disappeared in the dark. Where the hell did he go so fast? It was in that moment I realized I will never ever see him again. And I will never ever see any of this again. The next morning I wrote a song about hope. Hope is a feather on my palm that only has 1 minute to stay there before falling into an abyss. But I'm still celebrating my colorful hope for as long as I can. А я все праздную, 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 надежду разную, 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 черно-зеленую, вишнево-серую и чисто белую, 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 черно-зеленую, вишнево-серую и чисто белую, белую, белую. I was devastated to leave Kiev. But then, on the dreadful day, February 14th, 1989, something amazing happened. My family decided to have Provody, which in Russian simply means goodbye party. The only difference was that Provody takes about 24 hours. People come and go all day. It's almost like a funeral or wake when people come to pay their respects. That day, I cut my left pinky rather deeply on a broken teacup, which made me bleed profusely. I looked at the scar and thought dramatically it would stay with me for the rest of my life as a souvenir reminding me of my very last day in Kiev. The apartment was a complete mess, full of empty furniture and other things all out of order and moved around. In the midst of it all was my big desk, still in its original place. The desk that had witnessed me write numerous journals, poems, fairy tales, songs, and stories. It had seen me struggle with math, and it had certainly seen its share of useless math tutors. On top of the desk was my favorite shirt, all ruined by Zelonka, the green liquid stuff we put on wounds in the former Soviet Union, the result of my deep cut from the teacup. Zelonka was spilled everywhere. everywhere. I guess I really wanted to leave my mark. I was walking around the apartment aimlessly when Ira, my best friend, the one who called me an old stinky Jew, arrived. She had been so cruel, but when she found out that I was leaving Kiev, she spent almost every night with me before I left, burning candles and listening to classical music. I realized we were devoted to each other. The bell rang. I ran to the door. I saw it was her on the other side. And in that moment, I started crying hysterically. I opened the door and she was there with her mom. They entered the house, and instead of saying goodbye, I started giving her stuff. Here, take my diaries. Please keep them in a safe place so you can send them to me. You know, they don't allow us to bring anything written in Russian. Okay. Then I started taking out boxes of my amazing Christmas decorations. Yes, we were Jewish, but like everyone else in the former Soviet Union, we celebrated the New Year, not Christmas, with a beautiful Christmas tree. Here, take my Christmas ornaments. They are the best. They were made in Germany, and nobody has ornaments like mine. Enjoy. Okay, that's good. Oh, and here's some sheet music. Take it all. Just take it all. Take it all. I'm sure you can use it. My classmates from my music school came as well, and a bunch of other neighbors. It was time for us to go downstairs as our cab was waiting. It was so noisy all around, and I was leaving. I was leaving at the time when I realized that people actually liked me, that they thought highly of me, that they appreciated me for who I was. I used to think people hated me, but they didn't. What I discovered was that they actually had compassion, they cared, they actually claimed they missed me. Wow. Did it really have to take my leaving the country forever for them to reveal how they felt? Or maybe it took me this long to realize how I felt about them. Even my bitchy classmate Yulia, who tried to sabotage my admission into the music school, escorted me with tears to our cab. At the railroad station, a single tear rolled down my cheek. What's wrong, Mila? I couldn't tell my mom that although deep down I knew that my crush, Yuri Abramovich, was not going to see me off, I still wished so badly for him to just show up on the platform. I decided to spend my last moments in Kiev doing what I did best, daydreaming. Oh my God, Yuri Abramovich, you came to see me off, to say goodbye. He was running and waving to me. I ran to the door and jumped off the train that was about to take off. Yuri caught me in his arms and gave me a big hug. I love you, Mila. But you know I'm married. We have different lives. You have yours, and I have mine. I just want you to be happy. Will you write? Yes, I will write you for sure. I won't forget you. Mila, we are about to depart. Time to have a little snack before bed. I reluctantly opened my eyes and schlepped into the cabin. Days later, leaving the Moscow airport, Mom and I are ready to go to America. We are finally going. All my dreams are behind me. I can't believe we made it on this plane. Damn customs! They searched my bags. Those assholes wanted to keep me on forever! On purpose! Okay, Mom, quiet down. We find our seats, and I find I'm wedged between my mom and a really cute man. because I couldn't find a place to store my guitar, suddenly he spoke. We didn't speak the same language, but he was making his message very clear with his gestures. Mom, he's nice. Is he really sitting next to me? Milочka, of course he is sitting there. What's he saying? Is he saying I can put my guitar in his lap? Apparently. How very nice of him. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Maybe this new adventure to America won't be so bad after all, I thought, as I imagined me and my cute seatmate falling in love in the clouds.